What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Willow Creek. So this movie I've had on my watch list for a little while. I thought it sounded like an interesting little movie. It's a little found footage Bigfoot movie, so I thought, hey, what the heck, let me check this out one day. And basically this movie has an extremely short runtime. It's like an hour and 19 minutes. And I was looking for something super short to watch last night, so I'm like, alright, let's go. Let's check out this Willow Creek movie. Let's see what it's all about. And to be 100% honest with you all, I was not a fan of this. Yeah, I don't know, like, you know, it's I like quite a few found footage movies, and like I love like the first Blair Witch Project is fantastic. I like the second Blair Witch Project too, but that's not a found footage movie. But I like found footage movies, and I went into this with an open mind. I thought it might be like kind of similar to the Blair Witch Project, but this was like a ripoff of the Blair Witch Project in my opinion. Like this was like it was like they copied everything from the first Blair Witch Project, but then it was just like not effective. So yeah, I was not a fan. It wasn't scary. There was just like nothing really going on. This movie was not my thing. But anyways, before I get too deep into the video, I'm gonna give you all a plot summary. So you got this couple, and they're filming this Bigfoot documentary. They're trying to go to this like wilderness site where that like famous footage of Bigfoot walking was filmed. And before they go to this wilderness site, they stop in Willow Creek, which is the Bigfoot capital, and they're interviewing people. And after doing some interviews, they eventually do go to this wilderness site, and there's this one gentleman who's like, he's trying to get them to turn back. Like he's being super rude to them. He tries to get them to turn back, but they're not having it. Basically, like the dynamic is like one of the people in the couple is like a strong believer in Bigfoot, and the other person is not. So the guy, he's like a Bigfoot fanatic. He believes in Bigfoot. This whole documentary thing is his idea. And the woman, she's like, she thinks Bigfoot's fake. She doesn't believe in it. But anyways, this guy, he's like obsessed with, going to this location and doing the documentary. So he doesn't take this guy's advice, and he actually does go to the wilderness site. And then they're just like walking through the woods. They eventually camp out, and while they're in the woods, they start hearing all these crazy sounds at night, and they're being messed with. And then they start getting kind of messed with by some unseen creature. So that is the basic plot summary. Now I'm gonna get into some random stuff. So early on in the movie, there's this restaurant that I believe it was the restaurant that sold the ammo, or maybe it was a gas station. I think it was the restaurant that sold the Bigfoot burger also sold ammo, and they were like, "What? That's crazy!" And that reminded me of basically when I go up north, there's this gas station, and in addition, like we always stop there. We stop there for gas, and in addition to getting gas, they have like it's like, okay, so you got the gas pumps on the outside, and then you go in, and it's like a normal, gas station convenience store. But then they also have this little like deli inside there too. And I know like gas station food is iffy. You don't want to mess around with like a gas station sandwich, but they have this like deli and they make these fresh sandwiches, and they're fantastic. Like their chicken salad sandwich is amazing. So they have this like little deli, they have sandwiches, they have donuts, they have fudge, all like made in house. And then in the same store, like you'll like walk 2 steps from the deli counter, there's a they just have all kinds of guns on the wall. They have like AKs, AR-15s, they have all kinds of ammo. So we always go there, we get some gas, we get some sandwiches and snacks, and then we stock up on ammo, because basically when we go to that little place up north, it's because we go to this like nature park that has this little like outdoor shooting range. I believe it's like a state park, and they have this outdoor shooting range, and it's like there's like no rules. So like if you go to an indoor shooting range, you can't do like rapid fire, and there's a lot of rules. But there we can like rapid fire. I'll just be holding my gun sideways like gangster style. I'll be like pop pop pop, just like unloading, just having fun. But anyways, I don't know, that reminded me of that little gas station slash deli slash ammo store that I go to when I go up north. So I thought that was fun. And then I gotta mention the Bigfoot burger. I don't know, when I was watching this, I just thought, oh my goodness, like if you gave me that burger, I would demolish that thing. Like I would smash. Like that burger looked so gosh darn delicious. It was an enormous burger. It was like the size of my head. It was, shaped like a foot, and oh man, that thing looked so delicious. I was just salivating when I was watching this. I was like, man, I gotta find that Bigfoot burger in real life. I would destroy it. But yeah, that looked pretty tasty. Gotta give a shout out to the Bigfoot burger. Moving on, another point, like I was just surprised by how unprepared this couple was to go into the wilderness. They had no maps. They had I don't even think they brought that much food. Like I didn't see them eat once. They didn't have maps. They didn't have food, and they didn't have weapons. Even if you don't believe in Bigfoot, so like the girlfriend, she didn't believe in Bigfoot. Wouldn't you bring weapons if you're going into this like deep into the woods in like bear country, in case you get run up on by a bear or wolves or something? Like they didn't bring weapons, they didn't bring maps. Like I was just surprised how like unprepared they were. I don't know. I mean, I guess they were just kind of impulsive with it, and they're like, let's just go, I'm trying to make this documentary. But I mean, even if you don't think you're gonna get attacked by a Bigfoot, like if you're going into the middle of the woods, like you hear horror stories. Maybe just because I've seen so many horror movies, I don't like. I try to be prepared if I'm going out into the middle of the woods, like going off the trails. But you think you would bring some weapons, some food, some maps. I don't know. I thought that was a little crazy, but what are you gonna do? To each his own. They just want to run in the woods, frolic around, and not bring any equipment. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. But anyways, yeah, like I said earlier, I talked about this. This was the main problem I had with this movie. It was pretty much the Blair Witch Project, but it wasn't good though. Like the Blair Witch Project, the first one is fantastic. It's creepy, it's eerie, it's subtle. I don't know. It has like that creepy atmosphere. It was like the same deal where these people are going into the woods. They're trying to film a documentary. They get lost in the woods. They're hearing noises, and you don't really see anything in the movie, but it's supposed to be more like subtle with the scares. It was pretty much the same thing as the Blair Witch Project, except they substituted, the Blair Witch with Bigfoot. So I don't know. I found nothing really scary in this. Sometimes when, like at night when they're in the tent and they're hearing all the noises, it was a little bit scary, but it just didn't work like the Blair Witch. Like the Blair Witch did it first, and the Blair Witch Project, I mean, the Blair Witch Project did it first, and I feel like the atmosphere was better in that, and had more of an eerie tone. This was just not really scary. It didn't do it for me, and it was kind of a like total copy or rip off of that movie. Another random point is I thought the gentleman in this, like the boyfriend, when he was doing this documentary, when he was like interviewing people, I thought he was super awkward. Like there's this one instance where there was this guy who was like singing and playing guitar, and he just like he was like the boyfriend who was supposed to be interviewing this guy, he was just like staring at this dude. Like it was weird. Like he had no presence in front of the camera. Like he was just straight, like this guy was singing a song and he was just like staring at him, and then he would like nod once in a while and like give a thumbs up to the camera. But man, that guy was an awkward documentary maker. Like what the heck? Like I got more screen presence than that fool. Like this fool was just staring at fools. Like you're scaring people. Like look away for a second. That he wouldn't blink. He wouldn't break eye contact. That gentleman was yeah, I don't know. Maybe he should give up on documentary filmmaking. But at the same time, he did get some cool footage. So you know, what are you gonna do? I don't know. But yeah, his presence on screen, terrible. I mean, not in the actual movie, like the actors did well in this, but I mean the actual character, when he was like filming his little documentary, like he sucked. Like he would just straight up awkwardly stare at people. Like what are you doing, my dude? Like get a grip. But anyways, the last thing that I want to say, I want to end off on a little positive. I think, you know, for the, you know, I think the people who made this, they definitely, you know, were resourceful and they put in a lot of effort. Like they definitely worked with what they had. So even though I didn't like the movie, I read some stuff about the making of it, and it was very interesting. Like they filmed it in a week. It was supposedly self-funded. I don't think there was like a real script. There was just like a treatment and an outline, and the actors kind of just like, you know, did a lot of improv, which I thought they did a good job. So yeah, they did a lot of improv, and yeah, it was like kind of guerrilla style. I don't think they got a lot of permits for a lot of the filming. They're like, okay, let's just roll up here. Let's just, you know, not tell people. Like I think they didn't really tell people what they were doing. I don't know, but or they just like acted like it was like a real documentary or something. I'm not entirely sure, but they kind of did it guerrilla style. They just like run and gun, you know, it was like run and gun filmmaking, quick. Let's do it in a week. Let's go on location. We're not getting permits. We're going to self-fund. We're going to do this for like no money. So for that, I definitely respect them. Like I think that's awesome that they were able to pull it off, because it is like well made. It's like a well made movie for being so low budget, but I just didn't really like it. So in terms of a recommendation, I would not recommend this. There's a lot better found footage movies out there, and yeah, this just I think personally for me, this was like a waste of time. Like I'm like, man, I wish I would have watched something else. So, you know, even though I think the filmmakers went hard and were resourceful, and they worked with what they had, and they made, you know, they like made like a technically, from a technical aspect, they made like a well-made movie with the resources they had. I thought it was boring. I thought it was a Blair Witch Project ripoff. So I would not recommend it. I don't think it was that fun. But anyways, that's all I have to say about Willow Creek. That has been my review and my recommendation. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.